if I am live. And if I'm live, I should know it. Hi, Emmy. Let me look on here. That's an ad. I don't want to see that. I'll go back here. That's me. Let's go to me. Oh, it looks like I'm live. Okay. Okay. I'm going to turn the volume down. I just want to be able to see the comments. So in case anyone's watching and they have a question. So we're just doing a little bit of technical difficulties here. Or not really difficulties, just technical things. My cat was here. Emmy. I want to introduce you to my cat, Emily. This is Emily. Say hi, Emmy. Give me a high five. Oh, yeah. So Emily is with me a lot when I paint. And I don't know why Emmy comes down here when I'm painting, but Emily likes to come down and watch me paint, which is pretty cool. Right, Emmy? Okay, so I'm working on this great big abstract painting. It's a 4-foot by 5-foot acrylic on canvas. And I started this thing like, I'm going to sit down and talk to you just for a second before I get started. I started this thing like 3 weeks ago. And normally I don't take that long in between painting breaks, which is a really long time. I normally paint every day, but hold on just a second. And normally I paint every day, but I took a long break because I needed to update my website, and well, actually, I really didn't have a very good website at all. It was kind of in shambles, and I made this brochure that I was going to send out, and I went to my I'm a part of the Shorewood Artist Guild. I live in Wisconsin, and I'm part of the Shorewood Artist Guild, and I brought my brochure that I was going to send out, and I had a link to my website, and I got to talking with one of the artists at the guild at our meeting, and I'm like, I'm all ready to go, and this is like 3 weeks ago, and I'm all ready to go. I'm going to send this brochure out to people, or put it in people's mailbox or wherever, and she was like, okay, well, how's your website looking? I'm like, well, it's kind of in shambles, and she's like, well, you don't need to worry about your brochure, you need to worry about your website. And she talked some sense into me, and I was like, okay, my goal is really right now not painting for the next however long it's going to take me. My goal is to do my website. So I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I really kind of want to paint right now because it's been so long, and you're probably getting bored of me sitting here talking. So I really don't have much of a plan right now, and that's kind of how I operate when I paint. I kind of look at the colors that I have, and so Matt said the painting is genius. You should call him a blue. Well, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Someone from Minnesota. That's good. Yeah, I usually I didn't grow up in Wisconsin or Minnesota. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, so I'm a Minnesota transplant. And I'm a Wisconsin transplant, and but I like Wisconsin. I came here for the job. I'm a full-time photojournalist at a newspaper here in Milwaukee, and that is what I do for my day job, which is really cool. It's a blast. I love my job. I love my day job, and I started painting. This is really hard to open, so I'm going to pound on it. But I started painting like 2 years ago, and I really love it when I can open this. Excuse me, you're going to hear a loud bang. Sorry. But that's cool that you're from Minnesota, Matt. And yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, so I spend a lot of time in Chicago, and I like, um, I love Chicago. It's a great big city, but I like Milwaukee too. I like the convenience of it. I like, I like how, you don't have to drive around for 5 hours to find a place to park. I like how um, you can just, go downtown and you don't have to spend a ton of money, and you can. It's just really convenient, and it's fun. I don't live right in the city of Milwaukee. I live kind of outside of it, so it's really cool. Um, and yeah, it's neat. So I really don't have much of a plan, as I said before. I'm just kind of. This is kind of my. Oh, there goes my cat, Emily. Oh, she'll be back. Oh, this is really watery. I got to get rid of this. This is really watery purple, I think. Oh no, this is okay. All right, let's shake it up. See, that is not right. That doesn't seem right, but I'm going to try it anyway. So what can go wrong, right? See, now there goes the watery stuff. See, that does not seem right, but oh, we got some drippies. So, yeah, I started painting just like 3 years ago, not too long ago. And I started doing these, I started doing smaller stuff, and not for too long though. I've always wanted to do bigger abstract things, and I don't know, I had some kind of like block that was like, I can't do big paintings because they're too expensive to buy the canvases or whatever, but um, I don't know, I just went for it, and it's just a lot of fun. But I really don't have much of, I don't really do figurative things. I'm looking for blue, and I don't really see it right now. I have some light blue that I can mix in here, and I'm running out of that. But I do some kind of skyline things. I have a website. It's mikedesisti.com. It's just my name.com. www. Oh, that looks good. And I put all my stuff on there. I have a lot of photography on there too. If you want to check out some of my finished work and some of my photography, you can see it all on my website. I don't really do a lot of this live stuff. I've done live painting in person a couple times, which has been really fun. And normally it's really interesting to do live stuff, especially when you're doing a lot of talking. Oh, here's some blue on the floor here, and that's even empty. Because a lot of times when I paint, I am just like in the zone, and I am like put on some tunes, and I'm just jamming away, and I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just painting things. It's really, really technical. And then I see what I got and go from there. And it's just relaxing. Yeah, so I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, and I went to school in Southern Illinois for photography, more fine art photography, not journalism, and did that, and it was cool. And I'm old. I'm like in my 50s, so I did a lot of work in the darkroom, where you develop black and white prints, and this kind of, when I'm when now I'm, obviously I'm all digital, and I work with a computer screen, and I, do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff with my phone too. So when I started painting, it kind of brought me back in a way to like the the darkroom days, or the more tactile, hands-on days, where you put a blank print into a trade developer, and you really don't know what you're going to get. I mean, you have an idea. You took a photo of it, and you have a negative, and you can see what it's going to be. But then you have this kind of like this blank canvas, and then you really, like, I look at it and I'm like, what are you going to be? And then something just kind of emerges, and it kind of reminds me of the developer in black and white and photography days in a way, and it's really cool. So if I can say there's any kind of connection to it, that's one anyway that I kind of think of. Especially because I don't have much of a direction. I'm gonna throw some green on here. I don't know if I'm gonna ruin it, or that one's not open yet. But we'll see what happens here. Just a big blob of green. Because when you do green, you know what that means. You know what that means. I'm asking. I don't know. It means something, I bet. Green means envy. And now I'm gonna see. I have this little tiny tube, and it goes really, really fast because I put a lot of paint on. But that's okay. Let's see if anyone else is. So then I got done with school. Actually, my last semester in college, I got a job at the school newspaper. And that's how I kind of got into photojournalism. And really kind of got into it. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't like my dream come true. I didn't find my calling or anything with photojournalism. But it was something that was a cool, fast-paced type of photography, and you had deadlines, and you had to get the shot, and you had to be good, and there was no talking around, talking your way out of, oh, I got this blurry photo because that was the mood I was in, which was cool. I liked the accountability of it. And I spent I mean, I spent quite a bit of time in college. So, oh, there's my cat. Here, let me see if I'm going to zoom over to her. See, my cat, Emily, is just off camera, sitting there in the little bed. I missed Heather's message. Hi, Heather, if you're still there. I don't know if you're still watching or not, but hello. Hello. I'm gonna throw some white on here. Where is my? Let's just do something fun here and go blah. And maybe a little more over here. Go blah. Okay, so I got a little bit of green in this white, which I don't want. Okay. Now we're going to smear that around. What are we going to smear that around with? Let's use a bigger and better scraper. This is a scraper that you use to wash your windows with. So I'm going to use that. Sorry for the, and we'll maybe go down this time and see See what that looks like. Kind of bold. All right, well, should we go up? Up a little bit? Ooh, I like it. That looks cool. You just really never know what is going to happen. I mean, I don't anyway. I just am experimenting at this stage in my long 2-year art career. But that is so cool. God, look at that. Paint is so cool. I mean, really, it really just does magical, neat things. And I know I'm being kind of esoterical and spacey and far out, but it just always amazes me of what it does. And I think I have admiration for paint, and I have respect for it, and I think it's really, really cool what it does. I have very little control over it, which I know, and I think understanding that helps me, because anytime I try to think, ooh, I am gonna be the master of the paint, I just kind of lose my control over it. Wow, thanks for joining me, Sahad. If I pronounced that wrong, I really apologize. But yeah, I just, anytime I try to get crafty or do something like, ooh, I'm gonna, basically anytime I think I have more control over the paint than I do, that's when I start to get in trouble. And I think if I have this mutual understanding to myself and the paint, me and the paint get along, and things can go okay. So I respect it. I know that sounds kind of far out there, but I think it's true. Okay, let's do a little bit of this type of purple. See, this purple, I don't know why. Maybe I just use crappy paint. This is like all water. Yeah, I gotta get better paint. Or paint more. Maybe I'm just not painting enough. Do one there. Do a dab there. Do a dab there. Do a dab there. And another dab there. Okay, so anyway, I lived in northern Wisconsin, well, central Wisconsin, for about 10 years and worked at a newspaper up there, and that was a lot of fun. That's when I was shooting film, so that was my film days. So I never worked at a newspaper as a photojournalist where we developed, where we made prints. I gotta get that on there. Where we made prints, but we started where we shot film and then processed the film and then would scan the film into a computer. But when I first started college, we developed all our prints in the darkroom, and that was pretty cool. But and I never really had a darkroom or anything like that, which would have been cool. But I still, every now and then I'll go out and I still have my old film camera from college, and I'll go out and I'll load a roll of film in my film camera and go out and shoot a roll. Not too often, but sometimes. And there is a place here in town that you can use the dark room and go in and develop prints. I just haven't been in there yet and done it, but one of these days I will. So this is a little bit too much pink, but I'm going to cover it up a little bit hot. My daughter would like this because she's really into Wicked, and these are kind of the Wicked colors. So, yeah. If I brought her down here right now, she'd be like, "Oh my God!" But I'm not into Wicked, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab another tool here. I'm gonna grab another tool, a bigger scraper. Put that down there, and I grab the Big Daddy. Let's see what this does. Need some white, need some white, need some white. White is the answer. I know I took one class once, and the guy was like, "Don't use white." And I was like, that's a really good idea. I'm not going to use white very much. And I tried it for a while, and I'm like, oh my God, how do you not use white? I use so much white paint. I don't know. It's kind of like my wash, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? I don't want it to turn into like Barbie Playhouse, which I feel like that's what it's becoming, but I can always fix it. I usually will work on, so I'm in my basement. I don't have a studio, just in my basement. You can probably hear the laundry, the dryer going in the other room. That is not far from where I'm at right now, but it works for me. I do want a new easel. You can see this one is like, but maybe if I sell a few more paintings, then I'll get a nice easel. I'm also thinking about like taking these things and putting them up against a flat wall and painting them like that. Should paint the side a little bit, like doing that. And yeah, I should add a bunch of yellow. See, I'm out of blue. Let me add some over here. It was brown. I don't want to do brown. I'm trying to make it not be brown. Let me get a bunch of this blue. Oh, that's a full blue. This one's not even open. Some baby blue. Don't bite your paint top off if you're doing this at home. Oh, look at that. Too much? Maybe not. Who knows? little more greeny, a little more green, a little more green, more green. Mm-hmm. I do kind of like things to look a little layered, you know, where you're kind of looking at it and like, okay. And sometimes you just keep working it until, I don't know. I guess there's really no end to that sentence. Until whatever. It is cool though when you can kind of scrape it a little bit and you see what you did underneath. And sometimes that looks cool. And sometimes I just take it and dump the paint that I took. I know I probably waste a lot, but that's what you get. It's all part of the process, I guess. This was blue. Isn't that crazy? It's probably still under there. No, it's probably gone now. But I can make it blue again. I just ran out of blue paint, but I'll probably do some blue over it next time I get some blue paint, because this is far from done. Okay. I'm getting a turquoise feel that I'm not digging. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this kind of magenta-ish stuff in a few areas and use my smaller scraper and where'd it go? There we go. I don't do a lot of like water cleaning up on my knives or utensils, I guess you could call them. They're just scrapers from hardware stores. It makes things to be a little bit messy, but that's okay. Let's do some little touches here and there. Go up. And we'll go this way. All right. See if I can get some more blue out of here. My last bit of blue. It's probably, oh yeah, that was cool. Okay. I'm going to stand back, take a look. I know I'm being quiet. I'm just thinking about what's going on underneath here. That looks kind of cool. Okay. I think I'm going to go eat some toast. I thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to come back at this again, I think, very soon. But I have to go do some laundry. And get some blue paint because I'm out. And I need to get more because I want this to be more blue. and then I think it'll look a lot cooler. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. Join me next time. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.